Hi there, it's Louise with you today on behalf of Mystical Scrapbooks, and it's the final destination of our Around the World in 8 Weeks challenge, and of course we couldn't finish anywhere but at Australia. So challenge is to use negative space, add some chipboard and from the kit, and to add splattering. So first thing I'm going to do is use the chipboard piece, and it's always take the scenic route, and I'm going to cover that with just some black and sparkly embossing powder so that it can pop off this page. I'm using the Uniquely Creative paper collection, and I'll pop the links in the blog and the YouTube for you as well. But basically I'm just using embossing ink and my heat gun to set that embossing powder, and you can see it's got that gorgeous shimmery colour. Now, negative space for me is quite a challenge. I am probably a more is more kind of scrapper. I don't hold back when it comes to adding things to the page. I like to just keep going until I'm quite happy with what I've got. But I decide that I'm going to try and use as much white space as I can. And to do this, I'm going to add sort of a paper strip background over to the left-hand side. So you can see that I've popped some adhesive down, cut some random strips of paper, and I'm going to just layer those around until I'm satisfied that this is sort of the paper element of this particular layout. So it's getting that negative aspect, but it's still using up supplies, using up elements. And as you can see, I'm not being particularly picky about what I'm adding to this particular side cluster, because it's, you know, it's not the main area of interest. The actual idea of this is to draw your eye towards the photos. So you can see I've picked a photo, and I actually really love this photo. It is Master Zed, and he is naked after having a bath on Fraser Island one year, and he has decided to take off down the beach. So I think this is taking the scenic route, and it's at this point where I'm sort of thinking, okay, how am I going to finish this page? I have got lots of negative space over to the right hand side, but I just couldn't quite figure out what I was going to do to really get this layout to the point where I actually liked it. So I decided that I'm going to add my splatters, and you can see I've got the circle there, which again is to draw your eye towards the photo again. And I've gone ahead with my little pin to create holes, and I'm going to do a chain link stitch. So there's tutorials on how to do this on YouTube, but you can watch me here if you like. So firstly, thread up from the bottom, thread back through the same hole, leave a little loop, go to the next hole, thread through that, and then catch the loop with that next stitch. So little loop, I'll show you a couple here. Go through the next hole, pop your stitch through that loop that you've connected, and if I can find the hole, and then you'll have that beautiful chain link that's going to go all the way around the page. So this is something I really like to do because it's kind of doesn't take too much thinking, but I love the texture that it adds to the page. And once you see the finished product, I think you'll agree that it really does add quite an interesting element to the actual negative space of this layout. So that's my chain stitching, and you can see it adds this little bit extra, helps to finish off the page somewhat. I've added some adhesive foam to the back of my photo just to help lift it up a little bit. And the final thing I'm going to do is just add some of these word cutouts from the same collection, again from Uniquely Creative, available in the Mystical Scrapbook store. And I'm just going to pop those around the photo. I did my journaling on the back of this layout.